Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a review of Abandon All Artichokes, a heartless card game by gamewright. Hopefully you've had a chance to check out or how to play and play through. Now this is ages 10 and up, 20 minutes, 2 to 4 players. Now this is a deck construction, deconstruction game. What I mean by that is that you're going to harvest different vegetables here and try to eliminate your hand of artichokes. So each player will start out with 10 artichokes. So there's 20 we're not going to use in a 2-player game. Here are the different vegetables that you can collect in the game. Each player will start with their 10 cards and they'll draw 5. So we would have, now each player is going to start out with 5 artichokes, right? You don't want to draw artichokes. At the end of a turn, after you've played, and you can choose what cards to play or not play, which vegetables. You don't have to play them all. Sometimes you won't be able to play them all. Anytime when you go to draw new cards, and if you draw a hand with vegetables and not artichokes, you win. Now it could be during the game that you'll only have a deck of 4, 3, or even 2 cards. You just draw what you have available, and you play with those remaining cards. So you don't always have to draw 5 if you have less than 5. So why are you harvesting vegetables? Because you're definitely going to need to give this to somebody who needs help remembering the abilities of the cards, okay? Because it just has a description here, but if you're not too sure what it does, you have the rule book here to help you. So there'll be a row of 5 vegetables. I'm showing all 10 possibilities here. So eggplant, you compost, that's how you get rid of cards out of your deck. And you want to get rid of artichokes. So you compost an artichoke along with this card. All players pass 2 cards to your left. So you watch the how to play and playthrough. I played this card at the wrong time, which allowed Julie to win. Corn, because she passed me artichokes. I didn't have any artichokes to give her. Corn, play this card with an artichoke, then put a card from the garden row on top of your deck. So this doesn't allow you to get rid of artichokes. You discard an artichoke, but you get a second vegetable that round. Onion. Now this is nice, you get to compost an artichoke, but then you're going to give this onion to another player and it will go in the discard pile, which means they will be able to use it on a future turn. Pepper. Put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. So this allows you to get a card quicker out of your discard pile, especially if your discard pile is rather large, and be able to draw it at the end of your turn. Beet. You and an opponent each reveal a random card. Compost both of artichokes. Otherwise, swap them. So this could be nice if you know that another player has a lot of vegetables in their hand other than artichokes, and you have a lot of artichokes. You reveal an artichoke, you give them the artichoke, but then they give you a vegetable. Now, if you both drew artichokes, you both get rid of them. You compost them. This is a nice card to get. This is why our how to play was really quick. As your only play action, meaning it doesn't matter how many vegetables you have in your hand. If you play this, you get rid of 2 artichokes along with this card. So it's composted with the artichokes. Now note, if I didn't have 2 artichokes in my hand, I couldn't play this card because you have to carry out all actions of the card. So you would discard it if you couldn't play it that round. Potato, reveal the top card of your deck, compost if artichoke, otherwise discard it, which means you can draw it in a future turn. A leek, reveal the top card of an opponent's deck. Put it in your hand or on top of their discard pile. This is how you can, in a sense, steal vegetables that you may want from their hand. So let's say you did play the onion. This is why it does matter as strategy. I'll play the onion, get rid of an artichoke, put it on top. Does it go on their discard? Oh yeah. Wouldn't help me. Yeah, because that would be drawing from their draw pile. So, okay. Forget that strategy. Okay, broccoli. Compost an artichoke if your hand has 3 or more artichokes. This is good early on.
Yeah.
Peas.
They're so cute.
Reveal 2 cards from the garden stack. Put one on your discard pile, the other on an opponent's. So that's kind of cool. You can give you some choice there. So anytime, so this is how the game would start. You would draw 5 cards randomly. If there are 4 of a kind, you compost them and draw 5 new cards. So just to show a quick little hand here, let's say I do the onion. So this would be our draw piles right here. You harvest a card. Now you don't reveal the next card until the end of your turn, because that matters. For instance, if you were doing corn, I play the onion, I get rid of an artichoke, and this goes in Julie's discard pile. We don't need this anymore. And then I discard. I can't play artichokes now. This goes in my discard pile. Reveal another card. I draw 5 new cards. In the beginning of the game would be 5 artichokes, and Julie would go. What are you going to do, honey? This is in Julie's discard pile here.
I play beet.
Okay, so Julie would play beet. So remember, the cards you harvest, you can play that turn. And she doesn't even have to play it, but she is going to. We each reveal a card. We only have artichokes. Normally you'd be playing with your cards not shown, right, like this. We each reveal a card, and it's
Compost
a random.
it.
Yeah, it's a random one, right? Mm-hmm. If it was a situation like this, okay, and then I reveal, I did draw an artichoke. But if it was a situation like this, then we wouldn't be able to compost artichokes. But early on in the game, we both would.
Otherwise, swap them.
Right, otherwise we would swap them. So I just wanted to show you how it would look later on in the game.
Card.
All right, so Julie gets rid of these cards.
And I get 5 more artichokes.
And so I have less cards at the beginning of my turn because Julie played the beet. Mm-hmm. So let's say I'll get an eggplant, compost an artichoke along with this card. All players pass 2 cards to the left. So I'm giving Julie 2 artichokes and I get 2 artichokes. So I shuffle. They're all artichokes. So I'm going to get 5 artichokes. Now Julie, when she does her turn, she might draw some vegetables. So let's say she was able to get rid of 2 artichokes on her turn somehow. And this is her discard pile. There was no cards to draw. She has to shuffle her discard pile. She draw 5. And if her hand has 5 vegetables, she would win. She has 2 vegetables and 3 artichokes. And so you keep on playing until somebody at the end of their turn draws 5 vegetables other than artichokes, and they win. It doesn't matter if you get rid of your artichokes on your turn out of your hand. It only matters to win when you go to draw that you draw 5 vegetables.
Yep.
So you can take a look at the how to play and playthrough. Now we're going to go do the review part.
And you guys know that we each do our pluses, minuses, or positive, negatives, and our neutrals. And then after that, we will show you how we rated it on the BGG, and I go first. I think the art is so cute. I absolutely love the art. It's just funny. It's cute. It's just...
Especially the peas.
The peas are my favorite. They're just so stinking cute.
Yeah,
they're just so stinking cute. But I just love them. Plus I love vegetables, so it really is a fun game. I think it's a neat deck building game, and I didn't realize till David really brought it up that you're not only building your deck, but you're getting rid of your deck. So I would add that it's a neat deck building
and deconstruction.
Deconstruction. What I like is it plays really fast with 2 players. If you watch our how to play and playthrough, even with David telling you how we're playing it, it's so fast.
Yeah.
I just love this game. Super easy to play. So another plus for me. This is just a neutral because other people may not have this issue, but learning how all the cards work can slow it down the first couple of plays. But even though we've played this, I don't know how many times, it still slows down a little bit for me because I still have to really look and read the card and understand what I'm supposed to do or not do, or in which way, like which order to play them in. But other than that, it's not a negative whatsoever. It's just can be a neutral for someone who just needs a little extra help.
Right, so let's take a look at what I have to say. We have some similar things. So it's a cool deck building deconstruction variant. Now, when you play a deck building game, you do want to get rid of cards that slow down your deck. In this case, you are purposely getting rid of cards. Mm-hmm. We both agree on cute art. Now, it's decent card quality. That's because they have a stamp. Now they say, linen finish. It's not linen. It's a foil stamp.
Look how cute the artichoke is.
And that's quality. See, gamewright does a good job with their cards.
Yes,
this will
they
hold
do.
up to frequent play. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they're not warping. So good job on that.
Yes.
And needs a player reference card. So that's a negative because it's going to take a lot of repetitions and they should have had maybe a simpler version of this maybe available, or I'll just show you what's... It won't take a lot of repetitions to get this game down. Okay. Because there's little special rules. But what you could do is you could have made this available for more players, because then you'd be passing this around. Or find a way to put more instructions on here. I'm not sure. It's an interesting tension. But because there's a learning curve to this game, our dog right now is
dreaming.
She's dreaming. That's what you hear in the background. It needs more player referencing, because especially for young people, it says 10 and up. A 10-year-old would have trouble playing this game unless you're an experienced gamer.
Yeah.
Our boys who started out playing Star Wars miniatures when they were 5 and 7, they would have been fine at 10 years old. But someone who's only played Monopoly and Uno and stuff like that, they would have a hard time with this.
Yeah.
So that's my point about challenging to less experienced players. I would not... There's some people we play games with that are not experienced gamers. I would not play this with them. Because you would be constantly having to remind them.
Yeah.
What does that do again? What does that do again? They're just not used to...
Right.
This is complicated enough that hobbyists will enjoy this. And
Yes.
experienced family game players. But someone who's not used to games like this, I wouldn't play it with them.
No.
All right, so let's get to how we review it on BGG scale.
Okay.
So you are usually willing to play.
Yeah, you said a 6, though. Huh?
Yeah, I would play in the mood only because unless you play this game a lot, if we wait 3 months to play this again, I won't remember all the special moves. So then it becomes more work then.
Oh, yeah.
So if we play this game all the time, then my rating will go up. But I know we're not going to play this game all the time. So I'd be like, I know that if it's sitting on the shelf.
You almost said it backwards.
Yeah, if it's sitting on the shelf, right? I'd be like, do I really want to deal with this, referencing all the stuff again when it doesn't have one? It only has one reference sheet, and we'll be sitting here trying to remember how to play again.
Even though it does have it written on here, sometimes you do need that little bit of
Right.
extra stuff.
So if you play this game a lot, my rating would go up. I don't know if we're going to play this game a lot. I just know right now that with all the games we have to play, that it's a 6, because I would have to be in the mood to go, how do you do this again? Now maybe it will come off the shelf often, and that won't be an issue anymore, and my rating will go up. But right now, I know it's a 6 for that reason.
I'm always willing to play it. So, granted, I'm not the one that has to reread the rules, so I can see why David would say a 6. But for me, I just get to sit down and have this in front of me, the referencing in front of me. So I'm good to go.
You get this in front of you, and I'd be like, "What's that again? Pass it to me."
Yeah,
That's
well,
my
we try
point
and
about.
have it in the middle so you can see too.
Yeah, well, my point is, that's why they needed more reference sheets.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's 10 different cards here, and there's interactions that people will be like, "How does that work again?" Especially for inexperienced.
Yeah.
So we're happy to have it in our collection. I just know that it requires more effort than other games,
I'll give you that.
and that's why I have to be in the mood to want to play it.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the dog agrees.
And the dog agrees. Duchess says, I approve.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
Thanks so much, you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.